Good afternoon, folks. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday morning and enjoying some of the nicer weather out there this morning, as it's going to get a little bit ugly later. As we look at live temperatures and look outside, it's upper 60s with lower 70s, and not that much cloud coverage over northwest Arkansas. But I do want to mention this real quick. Our radar in Fort Smith is currently showing a little bit of rain, Alma, Clarksville area. And that shouldn't impact any of Washington or Benton County. That'll primarily go into Mountain Home and Harrison area. But definitely really interesting that we're seeing rain already. And the reason why is because we were expecting a lot more of a capped environment. You can think of cap as kind of like putting a lid on a fire. It very much weakens it and kind of controls not as predominant. So it's definitely interesting on that. And because of that, I would not be surprised if we see that enhanced risk possibly shifted over into the Pittsburgh Joplin area, possibly into very northwest Benton County. But RHRRR is showing a QLCS type fashion storm along with the NAM 3 kilometer, showing around the same thing, but we could see some supercells ahead of time, which would provide that tornado threat that is very predominant that we'll get to here in a moment, but also some damaging hail and wind threat. But again, QLCS is going to be what that will bring is a bit of a tornado threat, as you can see, as we have a 5% over all of our coverage area. Except for very northwest of our coverage area, you see that we have a small 10% hatched risk, and that is that hatched is EF2 plus within a 50-mile period possible. And so I'll be out there just to the east of Wichita for that severe weather. And don't worry, I'll be back in time to cover severe weather if need be. Hopefully, we do not have to do that. But it is looking likely as the damaging wind risks are still there as you look at 15% over most of our area, as we do see that 30% over very northwest parts of our coverage area as well, near Pittsburgh and Joplin, but not quite reaching Joplin, as the hail threat does not really get much into it. And I said this yesterday that I don't think it's going to be as predominant, and I'll still stand by that. And even the Storm Prediction Center is agreeing with me, as the 5% has been, or the 15% has been decreased to 5% over most of our coverage areas, except for far western parts of our area, have that 15% risk. But mind you, we could still see some hail. We could see up to nickel or dime size. But there is one good thing out of this. Our precipitation outlook is looking good, and this is our excessive rainfall outlook to better say. Our precipitation totals could be up to an inch from this, which is much needed rain to help with this drought, as this drought has been very predominant and very tough on our environment here, as we've had multiple fires nearly break out. But definitely want to keep weather aware, folks. Please stay safe and